Are you sure it's not because eating poop would make you depressed? So that's how I'm feeling. I feel like shit, and I forgot my eyeliner at home, so I look like a. Don't
look at her.
Don't look at me. I look like one of those 12-year-old minors.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like when I don't have makeup on, because like I have a really young looking face, but then also like I have a lot of miles on me. I have like eye bags and shit. And so then I feel like I look like one of those kids who's like smoking cigarettes in the mines and 12.
You know, I was in the shower this morning and that popped into my mind that you always say I got a lot of miles on me. I don't know how.
It's a DOH violation thing.
Yeah, it's one of Ali's catchphrases.
It's one of my catchphrases.
I got a lot of miles on me.
So give me a sitcom so I don't have to keep fucking doing this.
You don't look that different though without your eyeliner.
I know,
but you feel different.
But I feel so different, and I feel that way when I see like my friends with no eyeliner on. I'm like, you look exactly the same. You have a little bit less black on your eyes, but I just feel like a child coal miner.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Even I feel like a child when I don't have eyeliner on.
Yeah,
and I got way more miles. Way more miles.
You don't have way more miles.
I got the number of miles my dad would be like, it's got this many miles, but he's like proud because it's still operating okay. Like for a Honda Civic that's like from the 90s.
Yeah. How was your day? You're watching a dog?
Yeah, I had a busy day already.
Oh my God. And you're more busy.
Yeah. I met Laura Merrill's dog. It's a comic, very funny, who I'm watching her dog just for a day. Yeah. But yeah, she's like a
Does she live near you?
No. She lives in LAS.
Oh,
or actually by Union Square.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, maybe I shouldn't announce that. We could cut that out. But
well, there's like a million apartments over there, so I don't think anybody will find her.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But the dog was like a rescue, so she gets really nervous. And she like wants.
Every comic has an anxious dog. Every single one.
I wonder why. Wonder what's up with that.
I think they take on the personality of their owners.
Yeah.
I'm also afraid of men that I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like Betty.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She learned it from me. Oh, did I ever tell you this?
I also don't like eating treats right out of someone's palm. Like this dog.
Yeah. I'm like, I bet
Laura doesn't either.
I don't know if you fucking jerked off right before this. You know what I mean? I don't know what's on your hands. That's what I always think about when people try to feed me from their hands.
Yeah.
But when I moved in with James, I think I told you this. I don't know if I said it on the pod. When I moved in with James, I was like talking to my therapist and she was like, I was like, yeah, it'll be really nice because like Betty will get to like know like a new person and like live with a new person.
Yeah.
And like James is like such a nice, sweet man and she'll like get to trust.
Sweetest man ever.
He's really like the sweetest man ever.
Yeah. Follow James Coburn.
Yeah. Human Tabasco.
He's doing these new clips about working in a restaurant. They're funny.
They're really good. Yeah. But like I was like, yeah, Betty will like learn to accept new people into her life and she won't be like as afraid of men, hopefully. Yeah. And then my therapist was like, and that's true for you as well.
It's almost a dig.
I know. My therapist called me an abused shelter dog.
She's like, okay, you're telling me what we already know, but from your dog's perspective.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And she's like, and maybe you'll learn to trust men as well. I literally laughed out loud at her. I was like, yep, really you're funny. Right, Megan.
Yeah. Megan.
She's great. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted your story.
Oh, no, it's okay. I did that. I met with the guy from Rhizome. I'm filming a special in October, and we're trying to decide on location.
Amazing.
So we kind of figured that out. I'll tell you more about it later.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about this. We got a list of special names, me and you, just from the pod.
Oh, yeah. Interpersonal genius.
I started noting them down. So interpersonal.
Noting them down. I started noting them down and bigging them up.
Big it up. That's another possible name. Big it up.
Big it up by Brittany Cardwell. Also, power anxiety.
Power anxiety is on the list.
Yeah.
There's a lizard I'd want to know.
Don't name it that. No. That makes no sense. Brittany Cardwell in a lizard I'd like to know. It sounds like you're the lizard.
Yeah, it does. And I don't have any jokes about, well, I got the lizard that bit my nose.
That's true.
Yeah. Don't know if I told that on the pod. I'll tell it later.
Would you want to know that lizard?
I did know that lizard. It was a pet we had for a couple days.
I know, yeah.
His name was Taco Bell.
Yeah. Yeah, you love naming pets after stores.
I can't believe I'd done that twice and I didn't even notice.
You'd have a dog named Claire's Accessories.
Wait, is Olive named after Olive Garden? Fuck.
Dude, Betty's named after Betty Crocker. Dude, what if I named my dog Betty Crocker? Anyway.
I mean, Betty Boop is pretty close.
Yeah, that's true. Betty Boop is a business.
Hot Dog Eyes. It's another potential special name. Interpersonal genius.
Dude, Hot Dog Eyes, there should be a way. Do you remember the thing that you'd see on the internet, which was like real eyes, real lies, real lies.
Yeah, I am not doing that.
I feel like Hot Dog Eyes needs to be like that.
Yeah.
In some way. I don't know how that would work. But
or it's like Sofa Kingdom.
Yeah.
Fucking dumb. Ooh. It was like for kids to be able to cuss secretly.
Yeah. I remember getting got by that.
Yeah, me too.
Or like I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I had another one, but then I got distracted. Oh, it'd be like hot dog eyes, hot dog eyes, hot dog guys.
Exactly.
I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. I'm going to kill myself. Maxim, cut that out. Cut out the part where I say I'm going to kill myself.
What else was I going to say?
Just kidding. Don't do that.
Last night. Wait, let's do the intro real quick. Welcome to Worthless Clowns.
Welcome to the Clowns.
The podcast about how stupid we all are. The Clowns is good. That would have been a good. No, I like our name. We can't go back now. Anyway.
That would be insane.
Yeah. It's a podcast about how stupid we all are. I'm Brittany Cardwell, Brittonis Cardwell on Instagram.
And I'm Ali O'Neill. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Ali O'Neill. Follow us on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube. Fucking like 70% of you aren't subscribed. You just watch.
Yeah. You're like secret watching.
Yeah, don't secret watch. Real watch us. Support us.
If you secret watch and you leave comments, can we not see? Is it like, no, we can see the comments, right?
Yes.
No matter
big
what.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And comment.
Comments, like, subscribe.
Tell your friends mostly. We want to spread the word a lot.
Yeah.
We want to make money one day.
Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah.
And then also if you have a like stupid or embarrassing story that you want to write in, you can DM us on Instagram at Worthless Clowns or any of our personal handles, or you can email us at worthlessclownspod@gmail.com. Yep. I check that shit constantly. Mm-hmm. I'm always on the fucking Worthless Clowns Gmail.
Yeah. We've gotten some really good stories.
We've gotten great stories.
They're
Thank
so
you
fun for
everybody
us to
who wrote in.
I mean, we like the stuff we pull up on the internet, but it's just random people. We like reading the stories of our listeners. It's like, I know, it's great. It's like, it feels like we're connected even though we don't really know you.
Also, like, if you listen to
this...
this...
And you don't know us.
Yeah. Also, if you listen to this pod, you understand the vibe of the pod.
Yeah.
And so it's just so much better when we get people who, like, want to, like, who are like, I understand, like, this, the humor of this podcast. Yeah. You know what I mean? So even if you, like, know us personally, I know that there's a bunch of people who I fucking... went to high school with who listen to this podcast.
Hey,
I'm talking about you guys and fucking just write in stupid. You gotta have stupid stories.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Also, text me stupid stories I should tell if I know you and
Same.
we went to high school together, Sierra and Lene.
I know.
I'll tell it on the pod.
Yeah.
Actually, the one I have today, Sierra was involved in. So,
cool. I have a really. I can't believe I haven't told this on the pod before. But finish your. Talking about your day and we'll get into our stories.
Well, I finished my day, but last night.
Oh, last night, yeah.
I got home early. I did a show. I got home early. The show was so fun. It was the Don't Tell in it was at a backpack store. It was great.
Backpack store.
The area of the store we did it in had the perfect like height of ceilings.
Amazing.
So all the laughter was like so
that's great.
Heightened. And everyone was super into it. The whole
I can't wait to get booked on that in 5 years. Yeah. I can't wait. It'll be so exciting.
The entire audience loved everything.
That's amazing.
It almost felt too giving.
Did you record it?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
And it better sound like I remember it. Yeah. I think it might be my new tape that I send to fests and stuff.
That would be awesome.
I hope.
Yeah. That would be so
I had a great
sick.
time. But I got home early, which was really nice. And I watched a documentary about the gut microbiome. Friday night. I was so excited.
So insane.
I loved it. I didn't want it to end. could do 2 more hours. It was really good. You know anything about this?
The gut microbiome?
Yeah.
No, I've been having sex.
Oh man, you gotta
skewered, Brittany. Skewered. Oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't even hear it. I was just like, well, she's got to find out about the gut microbiome. Yeah. I'll gotta tell her then. If I'm a good friend, I'll tell her.
She doesn't know? Oh my God. All right, what did you find out about the fucking gut microbiome? Well, it's
very important, Ali.
Yeah,
everyone needs to know about it. I'm so glad they made this documentary.
I feel like I know more about the vagina microbiome.
Oh, the gut matters more.
Really? Are you sure? Because I can't get fucked if I'm all...
If that's all you care about, then yeah, it does matter more.
I'm trying to get fucked. Oh man, I suck today.
No, it's funny. Cut that out. Cut when I said funny. Because it needs to be naturally known as funny.
Maxim, are the levels okay? It's our new... Dude, are the levels okay? Or are the new, could you tell we were fighting the whole time? You know what I mean?
I haven't said that in so long.
I know, yeah.
We used to really trick Maxim every week.
Maxim was just like...
Every week after a pod, I'd be like, hey, Maxim. Like we'd finish recording and he'd come out and he'd start to take a picture of us or whatever. That's what happens after the pod. And I'd be like, hey, so could you tell we've been fighting this whole time?
Yeah, and then Maxim would like... I would watch the life drain from his eyes, and he would have to pretend to like it every time. He'd be like, haha, yup.
Yeah. So anyway, a gut microbiome. Basically, it's like the, why can't I think of the right word? It's bacteria.
Yes.
Much. That's in your gut.
Yeah.
And you need like a lot of variety. You need like certain types of bacteria for your gut to operate appropriately.
It can affect your like mood and stuff too, right? Yeah.
Yes. That came up on the pod or on the pod. It felt like I was listening to a pod.
Yeah.
Because I imagined so hard as I was listening. Just imagining areas of the gut.
I imagined so hard.
In addition to the pictorial representations they gave me. Anyway, there's like different types. There's different types that you need.
Yeah.
To make things operate okay. And also, if you don't have the right types, you can make them happen by starting to eat a variety of foods. Because it's kind of like having mice in your apartment. If you are leaving certain things around, you will get the mice.
Yeah.
If you leave certain things around in your gut, you'll get the type of bacteria that like that thing.
Yeah, totally. Right? Yeah. And
so
like
you can grow new ones.
Yeah, I've like met people where it's like they had depression and then they cut out dairy.
Yes.
And then it was like not as bad for them.
Yeah,
it's so strange how it's all connected.
They talked about some experiments on it where they were like, so we took poop from a normal, healthy person.
Oh, a fecal transplant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about this. So they put somebody else's poop up your butt.
Yeah, well, you can also do it orally. Dude, on that documentary.
Whoa,
wait,
what?
let me do the rat part first, and then I'll tell you about the other thing.
Okay. You're so overwhelmed. You're so excited and overwhelmed.
I loved this. I'm going to rewatch it. I'll have to wait a few months.
Dude, next time you see Caleb and he asks you what your favorite movie is...
Should be like the gut microbiome documentary. Got him good. Caleb's the guy who made fun of me for not knowing movies that well.
He also has a podcast with my boyfriend called What's It Called that records in the studio, and we're currently beefing
with them.
Yeah.
And the only real fodder we have for it so far is him getting mad at me about movies.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna do that next time.
Yeah, do it and be like, hey, I watched a movie.
He was like, as I left that day, he was like I was leaving the bar. I said goodbye. On my way out, he's like, all right, so write a list of your 10 favorite movies.
Yeah, of course.
Like for him to assess.
Yeah. Also, he knows no music. Anyway, we've been over this.
Yeah, it started because he knows no music.
Yeah, and then you were like, I also don't know movies. And then he's like, what the hell?
I was trying to comfort him.
Yeah.
Anyway. How about we talk about this every episode of the pod, and then we clip it together into like a montage of this?
Yeah. Of us telling the same story over and over again.
The pod turns into being about them.
Yeah.
And this one time, I felt a little bad.
Yeah. Anyway,
so
the rats,
they'll do these experiments where they have 2 rats, right? Well, they have more than 2, but they simplified it.
Yeah.
they have two people. One's healthy. The other person is like depressed and anxious, right? Just like me.
This is why you loved it so much.
Happy.
You could really connect.
And they'll give the rats either poop from the healthy person or poop from the anxious person. And the healthy rat like continues to do normal stuff. Like they're curious and motivated and they want to like explore and run around the cage and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the rat that gets the depressed, anxious poop just like hides in corners, just like is laying around, like acting like a depressed person does.
That's crazy.
Is like afraid to try new things, stuff like that.
This like also reminds me, have you heard of the expression like intergenerational trauma?
Oh,
where it's like trauma can be like passed down.
Is it just your poop?
Yeah.
It's just your food.
I have like my mom's poop where in my body where she was a crippled child in a family of 9 and came from like a poor rural part of Ireland.
What was her diet?
And then her whole family died around her. And that's why I'm like this.
Yeah.
She like watched every single person in her family die unexpectedly.
Yeah.
And then now that's why I'm like this, I guess.
Yeah.
It's because of my mom's poop.
Yeah. They don't know if it's causal either. So they don't know if it's like you get depressed and then it makes it hard to grow certain things.
Yeah, yeah. Or if it's like the like lack of something in there makes you depressed.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's such a new area.
Yeah, totally.
Like, they don't know a lot. But
That's
they do know that feeding you poop of a depressed person makes you depressed.
Is it? Are you sure it's not because eating poop would make you depressed? I would be pretty depressed if somebody was feeding me poop.
Okay, so the next thing that we find out is like they had a bunch of different people on the show, right?
Yeah.
Who were like, they're all different. It was showing how different people have different problems with like growing different types of microorganisms. And one person, she like couldn't eat anything. Everything messed up her stomach.
Yeah.
So her diet was so limited. She could
like
eat like
IBS or something.
Yeah, she could eat only like 10 things.
Yeah.
And she was like depressed because of it. She wasn't really depressed, but she was just like, it's not fun for me.
Food is like a joy. It's like a very basic joy. Yeah.
And she wanted that. And the after doing this like whole thing with the researchers, she was like, well, she like experimented on a fecal transplant herself. Mm-hmm. Her and her boyfriend. Yeah.
He pooped into her butt?
Pretty much. I mean, it got there eventually.
Somebody like took poop with a turkey baster and then put it into...
You should watch this documentary.
I'm not gonna, but...
There's a scene, I could not believe they were showing it this much. I mean, they're already talking about poop so much, it's almost...
Wait. There was a scene... Wait, was it a reenactment?
No!
What?
No! It's not what you're imagining.
Oh, okay.
There's a scene where her and her boyfriend are in the kitchen and her boyfriend pulls something out of the freezer and he's like, we got this right next to the meals we're going to be eating later. And they're both wearing masks and she's sitting at a counter like divvying up little pills because you have to do this for a long period of time to change it. You have to do it over like months.
So she has to put poop into the
poop pills like every day, right? She's putting poop into pills. He takes out a big log from the freezer and you see it. It's huge. And she's like, is it a healthy one? He's like, yeah. And he's like shaking it around. And then you see them putting it into like a baking tray and it's all melted down. Like it looks like brownies. And then she's scooping up little bits of it and putting it into pills. Right?
That's awful.
Yeah. And then they go, well, the first person she tried was her brother. And she felt better. She could eat other stuff. Like it works.
Yeah.
But her brother has hormonal acne. And she started to get acne like immediately. Crazy, right?
Whoa.
Yeah. So then she was like, I can't deal with this. Let me do my boyfriend's. But her boyfriend had depression. So then she takes her boyfriend. The acne goes away. She gets depressed. Crazy, right?
It's almost as if it feels like eating somebody's poop is literally walking in their shoes.
Yes.
It's like Avatar.
That's kind of the way they describe it.
It's literally like Avatar, where like instead of like, or like the Matrix, instead of getting plugged in, you have to eat somebody's shit.
Yeah. That's why dogs are sniffing butts. They're like, oh, I get you. I get you.
Yeah, exactly.
We should be doing that more.
Eating each other's poop.
I mean, this is why, so like babies are exposed to it's not just their mom's vagina, but like they come out right next to the anus. And
anus.
And I'm not making this up. It was in the documentary.
Women poop when they give birth too.
Oh, right. And that's good for the baby.
That's why, dude, I saw like an article that was like, they did a study where people who are like babies who are given birth to vaginally have a better immune system than babies who are given birth to by C-section.
Yeah.
Because you get covered in your mom's like microbiome of the vagina when you come out.
And the poop. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
that's crazy.
And then, you know, I'm like, something that really bothered me personally is like, I eat so many vegetables.
You do. You have so many salads.
I eat a lot of salads.
Yeah.
I eat a huge variety of like veggies and stuff. And that's basically what they say you need to do is like, it's the variety of food. It's not like just being healthy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I feel like I'm almost at the ceiling for doing this already. And I'm anxious.
Yeah.
And I get depressed.
Yeah.
It's like,
maybe you need to cut something specific out.
It could be that.
I've been eating so many salads recently, and I was like, dude, I'm going to feel so much better. I'm having like big salads for dinner every night. I don't feel any different.
Oh, really?
It's just easier to make.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
I was like, maybe it's just because, maybe I just feel bad because I work too much. That's probably like a big part of it.
That also probably is
That's the thing I've never really changed.
Yeah. We should get into our stupid stories. Yeah. Are you done talking about the gut microbiome?
Yeah. I'll probably bring it up again later.
Yeah, I know you will.
I'll find a callback to it somehow. Yeah, what's your story? Wait, so...
I cannot believe I have never told you this. This is wild. This is like revolutionary on the pod right now.
How do you know you haven't told me this?
I know for a fact. I've never told you it. Because I remembered it at some point. So so as we know, I had a little bit of a rough childhood.
Yes.
I was not getting a lot of attention in the home.
Missing dad.
Yeah.
When he was there laying on a cot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just sleep in his basement on a cot when I visited him. My father wasn't around. My mom was working all the time. She had 2 ADHD-ridden children, one of which was in and out of jail. Yeah. And so I didn't get a lot of attention as a kid, which is why I'm a stand-up comedian now. And because I didn't get a lot of attention, I did like weird stuff for attention. So probably from the time I was in like 3rd grade until I was maybe it was definitely elementary school. It was probably like 2nd to 4th grade. I told everybody at my school that I was secretly a cat.
Wait, you did tell me this.
I did? Oh, okay.
I think on Steve's episode.
Did I?
You may have just mentioned it, though. I don't think you went into detail.
Yeah, well,
because I was doing my horse story, and I think you mentioned you were...
Oh, yeah. And maybe I didn't just, like, explain it fully.
Keep going, because I don't think I've heard the full thing.
But, like, I was literally, like...
But you said you were secretly, so...
Like...
When I'm at school, I act like a human. But don't be fooled by that.
Like, I literally...
When I'm home...
I literally told kids...
I use the litter box.
Yeah, I was like... I mean, if I had been born, like, 10 years later...
I need that cat's microbiome.
Yeah.
That cat is so relaxed.
That's why I'm eating cat shit out of the litter box. But I...
Just trying to find the right poop.
Yeah.
Spending my whole life...
I'm eating everybody's shit, and I can't figure it out. But, like, I was, like, telling kids at school... I was like, don't tell anybody... But I'm a cat. When I go home at night, I turn into a cat. And like, I'm like, yeah, I walk around on all 4s. I chase mice and stuff. You know, I hiss. I go outside.
Did you ever chase a mouse or you imagine chasing a mouse?
No, I never ever did any of this stuff.
Oh, you didn't do any of this?
Even when I was like alone.
What a poser.
I know. Yeah, especially compared to you. Yeah. But like, people are like, do you use toilets? And I'm like, well, when I go to the bathroom at school, there's no litter box. I have a fold-up litter box that I keep in my backpack. And so I take it out and I shit in it in the bathroom. And, like, this is literally, like...
That's what you hear shaking around when I'm walking to lunch.
Exactly, yeah. It's not my trip pants.
Yeah.
It's a litter box.
Yeah.
And, like, I, like, told everybody that, and I convinced a bunch of kids that was true.
Yeah.
And, like,
kids will believe anything.
I don't remember how it ended. But... I, like, for years was like, I'm secretly a cat.
Yeah.
And it's just because I had a bad time at home.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. That's right. Dude, if I was born like
something going on.
If I was born like 10 years later and did that same behavior, I would have been like, I would have thought, you know those people who are like, they're like otherkin or whatever. They're like on the inside. They think they compare themselves to like transgender people.
Oh yeah.
But they think that they're like a hawk,
right? Yeah,
or
a
something.
Wolf, the wolf dude.
Yeah, like a wolf. It's always
Howling
a
at a
cool
lake.
animal. It's never like I feel in my bones like I'm a snail.
Yeah.
It's always like the coolest animal.
Yeah.
It's always like I'm an orca with wings. You know what I mean? It's always that fucking shit.
Yeah.
And it's never that like I'm a dirty little mouse.
It's never specific. It's always a group. It's always a category.
Yeah,
it's not like I'm a horse with a broken leg.
Yeah, I know.
My life kind of sucks.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
yeah.
I like all the other horses.
They're always like, I'm a dolphin.
Yeah.
I fucking fly through the air.
Yeah.
I'm an interdimensional being.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's never just like, I'm a naked mole rat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is like the closest to humans, I think.
Yeah. You know, I was having trouble thinking of animals I don't like, Ali. I love animals.
Brittany loves all animals.
Yeah. I guess I wouldn't want to be a cockroach.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody's ever a cockroach.
No one's ever said that. Sorry, I'm still thinking
You got really serious.
It's only because I'm trying to think of other animals.
Dude, Brittany cannot.
My mind is like spinning.
Brittany can no longer socialize.
I'm like, cockroach. No. Praying mantis. No.
Yeah,
Squirrel. No. Oh.
Brittany can't socialize any longer because she's too busy stuck thinking about animals. She's just naming animals in her head, and I watched her eyes glaze over. I'm stuck thinking about animals. So fucking funny.
So, did you get bullied at all, or they just thought it was cool? Oh, you did? What'd they say?
Of course I did. Like, everybody was like, Allie's fucking weird. She thinks she's a cat. Like, that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
She's probably going to grow up to be goth.
But also, those kids, even if I didn't do that, would not have liked me anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I was like a weird kid.
Yeah.
And also, like, all the teachers hated me because of my older brother. Like, I had this teacher, I told you about this. I had a teacher who, I had a friend, I was in 5th grade. I had a teacher who told my friend not to be friends with me anymore because I came from a bad family.
That's messed up.
I know, it's so fucked
Give her a chance.
Dude, fuck you, Mrs. Silva.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, or Sylvia, or whatever the fuck your name is. God, she was awful.
Yeah.
But, no, everybody just, like, the adults and the kids didn't like me, which is, like, a really insane place to be in.
It is. How long were you a cat for?
Like 2 years, probably. I feel like 2nd to 4th grade.
Yeah. And around 4th, it starts to be like, what am I doing?
I know. If I was like in middle school doing that shit, like that's the thing. I grew out of it.
Am I going to follow my dream, or am I going to try and get a good grade on this math test?
Yeah, I was never concerned about getting good grades. And neither was anybody who knew me.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, let's just make sure she doesn't go to prison. You know what I mean?
Did
like
you
the bar
act
was
up
low.
in class?
All the time. Oh yeah. I was like, well, I'd like pretty severe. I mean, still do, but it's like, you know, it expresses itself differently now. But like, I have ADHD, and so I had like constant impulse control issues.
Yeah.
Like I would be in class and I would get up and walk around and they'd be like, what the hell are you doing? Like I would talk to people constantly.
Yeah.
Like I remember like every class I was like in a desk by myself away from everybody so I wouldn't like distract everyone.
Yeah.
I was constantly getting in trouble.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So it's just making you seem more weird because you're in a weird spot.
I know. And then they were like, oh, fuck it. And they like know my brother. So they're like, oh, well, all the kids are all fucked up like this. You know what I mean? I would like be talking to like somebody next to me and they would be like, to the teacher, be like, she's talking to me and we're not supposed to be talking. I was like, you fucking narc. What the hell? Like even when I was like in 4th grade, I was like, fuck you. Grow up. You know what I mean?
Man.
But anyway, that's my stupid story. I used to pretend I was a cat.
What did you look like as the cat? Did it change, or were you the same cat all the time?
I was probably like a black cat. I don't remember specifics, but I was
thinking calico.
Or maybe I was a calico, or maybe I was like I was like a blue cat or something.
Ooh, interdimensional cat.
Yeah. I'm like a blue cat with a third eye. Interdimensional cat. God, it's so fucking crazy. Anyway, you got a stupid story?
Well, I didn't realize how similar we were behaving.
I know.
In elementary school.
I know. You were in Washington State and I was in Boston, and we were both pretending to be animals that we're not. And then we grew up and had a podcast together, which is really crazy.
I thought we connected because we both had terrible exes, but turns out we both imagined to be animals.
Yeah. No, dude, honestly, if you have the ability to pretend you're a cat, you also have the ability, it turns out, to pretend that your abusive boyfriend is a good guy. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get to see whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's good about trying to be a horse.
During our bad relationships, I just like reverted to acting like a cat and you reverted to acting like a horse. It feels safe in here. And I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm like, you know what I mean?
I was hanging out with Dwayne the other night, and it just came over me. I just started jumping over stuff like a horse, and I was like, "This is what I used to do." And I was running around, jumping over trash bags.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
jumping over trash bags.
And then he sent me a video of those hobby horse girls.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Man, I'm embarrassed now."
I know. Like honestly, if we were like 10 or 15 years younger, we would have been those girls. Yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm so glad the internet wasn't around. I'm glad the internet wasn't around.
I'm so glad just only my.
It's just only like people.
Direct.
Yeah. It's just like people are like people I went to middle school with are like, oh, Ali O'Neill, she's the girl who pretended she was a cat. Like, if I ever get like famous, that is what they're going to remember. Yeah. They're gonna be like, oh my God, I went to middle school with her and she pretended to be a cat and came from a bad family.
Same. They're gonna remember me pretending to be a horse and throwing up on the phone that one time. During journal hour.
During silent reading.
Silent reflection.
Anyway, your turn. Tell your stupid story. We're 35 minutes in.
So this is kind of long, but we got time, right? For this in a post? Because I have another option that's super short.
Maybe do the super short one because I want to spend time with the post.
Same. I think we got a good post.
We have a really good post today, guys.
All right. So I don't know if I probably did tell you this. My parents bought an ambulance.
No, you didn't. What?
I didn't. They bought an ambulance.
Wait, recently?
Like a year ago at an auction.
Why?
Type of thing. Because they want to renovate it and make it like sort of like a camper that's real small.
Okay.
It's like a thing people are doing.
Yeah, but like, you could also get a van. Why an ambulance?
I don't know. I think they saw this. I think they saw someone doing it.
People have been doing this to like school buses and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think because my dad,
he's good at that stuff.
He's good at finding deals.
Yeah.
And he was always on like government auctions and stuff.
That's how my brother got his car. He had a Crown Vic, like the huge police cars, and he got it from a police auction.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
So they bought an ambulance. They're making it into a little camper type thing because the plan is when my mom retires, they're going to do a lot of traveling together.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Is your dad retired?
Yeah, he's been retired for forever because he was in the military.
Oh, yeah, and you can retire pretty early.
He got out after 20 years.
That's great.
And he just works on boats and cars, and I send him washers he uses.
And he's working on his mole genocide.
He's also killing moles.
Yeah.
Which turns out he's actually killing pocket gophers, and you're not allowed to do that. It's illegal. But he calls them moles for his own like moral like
yeah
just to like
sense.
be okay with himself. He calls them moles.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised he hasn't told me a number recently. Usually every time I call him, he's like, I'm at 71 now.
Dude, that's what my dad does with the chipmunks. And then it feels like he's the Viet Cong and the moles are like the US military.
Yeah.
Where he's like setting up booby traps and shit. Yeah. It's like a tiger in a pit with spikes at the bottom.
Yeah.
Covered with leaves and shit.
I showed you that video of my nephew Benjamin pulling up a mole from the ground. It's like in a device. Yeah. Right.
And he's like training your nephew to be a genocide machine.
Animals. Yeah. We'll see how he turns out.
Yeah. Anyway, so your parents bought an ambulance.
It's becoming a long story now. My parents bought an ambulance. It's not even really about the ambulance. It's more about a phone call I had with my mom. They're renovating the ambulance. They're making it like a camper type thing. Mm-hmm. And I was on the phone with my mom the other day, and I was like, what's going on with the ambulance? Send me pictures. And they won't send me pictures because my dad wants to wait till it's perfect. I keep asking. He's like, well, it's not done. This isn't. And I'm just trying to connect. I'm like, I just want to see.
I want to see the project you're working on. Yeah, totally.
He's like, well, it's not ready.
Yeah.
Which is the same way he pitches me jokes.
Yeah,
He'll be like, I got an idea. Oh, never mind. I'll tell you. Oh, it's not ready yet.
Yeah. He's like working out. He's going to open mics so he can pitch a joke to you. Yeah.
So my mom's on the phone with me. I'm like, what's going on with the ambulance? She's like, oh, well, we're putting the wallpaper up. Let me send you a picture of the wallpaper. And I'm like, okay. And I'm on the phone. I'm waiting for her to send a picture. Mm-hmm. And she's like, man, I can't find it in here. She's like, I got all these. Okay, so my mom's been working at an emergency room, right? Mm-hmm. Lately.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't find it in here. I got all these pictures of amputees. My mom's scrolling through her phone looking for like flowery wallpaper,
and it's a
bunch of bloody arms.
Yeah, that's so.
Like, imagine her trying to find something in front of someone, and she's like, oh, it's like a bunch of like people just like bleeding profusely.
Oh my god!
In her personal phone.
Yeah, why is she taking pictures of it?
I don't know. Maybe it makes sense, but it should be on a work phone or something.
Yeah, that's like what if she accidentally sent it to somebody? That's like a HIPAA violation. That's a DOH violation.
It was just so funny.
I got a lot of miles on me.
And she didn't think anything of it. She was just like, ugh, like
I know, yeah.
She wasn't even trying to like tell me really that there were pictures of amputated arms on her phone.
Yeah.
She was just like, ugh, well,
I can't find it amongst all this. She looks like a serial killer. Like the way that like, because doctors and nurses and people who work in the medical field, their jobs are like so fucked up that you kind of like have to distance yourself from it. Mm-hmm. And like, because of that, they're just like, there's a bunch of fucking loose arms in my phone.
I would just love to see her like grid, like format
I know.
in her phone.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask to look at it.
It looks like crime scene photos from the Oklahoma City bombing.
Yeah, just mixed in with pictures of Benjamin.
Yeah, I know.
And the ambulance.
Of your adorable little
the
nephew.
Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's
the whole family together
funny.
on Thanksgiving.
If she ever like loses her phone and they like go through her, like the person goes through her phone.
She's going to jail.
I know. Yeah. She's like, don't worry, I work in an emergency room. And they're like,
going to start digging under the house.
I know. Oh, God.
It was so funny. And it like, she didn't even stop to like laugh at what she said.
Yeah, she just thought it was normal.
Yeah, and I kind of laughed, but then she started talking and I was like, okay. And then afterwards, I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
like insane.
That's so funny, dude. I can't find a wallpaper in my phone. There's all these pictures of chopped
She was like kind of mad.
arms.
She's like, all these amputees.
All these goddamn amputees. She's saying it like a racial slur. She's like, these fucking amputees in my phone. Coming into my country, taking my jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Should we get into the post?
Yes.
Man.
I'm glad I told that story. Because I've been wanting to tell you that
I
for
know,
a long time.
Since Monday.
As part of our friendship.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you because I didn't want you to have to
you wanted
re-react.
Surprise. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you got clear nail polish on.
Yes, I do.
Look at us, huh?
Look at us.
Huh?
We're both trying to let our nails heal.
Grow out. My nails are so much stronger now, dude. But now I'm playing guitar more because I don't have acrylic nails. Yeah. And I don't think I'm gonna put them on for a while. Yeah. I like playing the guitar.
I'm undecided. I miss my gels.
I know. I miss having women's hands.
Yeah, and my cuticles get so gross that I kind of want to go in anyway and have them do them.
Yeah.
I'm not good at doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I spend so much money on gel nail polish. It's like I could save a lot if I just...
You could also do gel yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
This is you reading. Every time you read a post, you're like, okay,
ready to read.
And then you stare at your phone.
I'm like doing warm-ups.
Yeah, but then you stare at your phone for, there's like always like at least 30 seconds of silence while you take it in.
Well, I had to open it and then I had to click a few things.
Yeah, but there's also silence when you're not clicking on your phone. You're just staring at it.
I'm like, okay.
It's like you're
all right.
It's like you're bigging yourself up to read.
Hold on. I gotta big myself up. Okay. I'm not gonna read the title because it gives too much away. But someone's girlfriend is mad at him. And so is her parents. Let me tell you that I have made a bad mistake this evening.
I love that.
I already love this guy so much. My girlfriend, who, let me tell you, is only my second girlfriend of all time. I like the style of, let me tell you.
That's fine.
It's like an attention direction kind of thing. People will be like, listen.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. I'm always like, let me fucking tell you something. And then I do this.
I'm always like, hey, pay attention.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, will you pay attention? You don't have to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Except when it comes to you, I make you listen to it and I extend it. I extend everything.
Baby, I know. I edit this podcast. It's brutal.
My girlfriend said I'm invited to dinner with her and her parents. That was in quotes, invited to dinner. I was very aghast, nervous, and bashful to be invited to such a situation.
Oh, but man. This guy is a worthless clown.
This guy is so
if
funny.
You know what I mean.
But I knew it must be done. I met them nicely, I should tell you. And it started off in a good way.
This guy sounds like English is not his first language. The way he's putting sentences together sounds like Eastern European.
Yeah,
I met them in a nice way.
I was aghast.
Yeah.
But I did the right thing. It started off in a good way. The idea slapped my mind. I'm going to start saying that.
What does that even mean?
Instead of I had an idea, I'm going to say the idea slapped my mind. The idea punched my forehead.
Dude, I'm picturing I heard slapped my mind. I pictured, you know that Jackass stunt where they have the huge hand that slaps people?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm picturing.
The idea slapped my mind that I should do a comic bit. Okay, is this my mom?
I know.
Do one of your little comedies. Are you going to do a comedy?
Do one of your little skits.
We talked about this before, right? She'll say a comedy, like it's a singular thing.
Oh, God.
I should do a comic bit to make a good impression and become known to them as a person who is amusing. When I saw that baked potatoes were served, I got the idea. You mean you got slapped with an idea? Wait, the idea slapped me?
When the potatoes slapped my eyeballs.
I got the idea it would be very good if I pretended I did not know what a potato was. That would be funny.
This guy has no idea what comedy is.
This is like when I pretended to not know a tattoo of a skull. What was that?
And you were like, what's that, a candle? God, anyway, I'm going to cry if you don't take me on another date.
Well, let me tell you, backfired on my face. That's so funny.
Dude, you know what this reminds me of? When people, because I did improv for a really long time, when people are new to improv, like, one big mistake they make is to not know what anything is. Yeah. They're like, what's that? Who are you? What's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, if you're building a scene, that makes the other person have to answer all these questions. Like, there shouldn't be any questions in the first, like, minute of a scene.
Everyone should know what's going on.
Yeah. You should be like, oh, that's a beautiful cake you have, or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
And so he's like, comedy is not knowing what a potato is.
Backfired on my face.
And it backfired right on my face.
So first, when the potato became on my plate.
This guy's Eastern European. Dude.
I acted very interesting. I showed an expression on my face so as to seem that I was confused.
Wait, what do you think that expression was?
I think he was like...
Yeah, he was like... What?
To seem that I was confused, astounded, but in a restrained way, curious and interested. They did notice and seemed confused, but did not remark. So I asked, "This looks very interesting. What is this?" They stared at me and the mother said, "It's a baked potato." And I was saying, "Oh, interesting. A baked, what is it again?" And she was like, "A potato." And I was like, "A potato." Oh, interesting. Never heard of a potato. It looks pretty good. And then they didn't see I was clowning, but thought I really didn't know what a potato is.
Comedy succeeded.
Yeah. So I knew I would be very shamed, humiliated, depressed, and disgusted if I admitted to making a bad joke. So what I did was to act as if it was not a joke, but I committed to the act of pretending I didn't know what a potato was. He kept going. They asked me, very incredulous, did I not know what a potato is? That I never heard of a potato. I went with it and told them, yes, I did not ever hear of a potato. I only had not only had I never eaten a potato, I had never heard the word potato. This went on for a bit, and my girlfriend was acting very confused and embarrassed by my fucked up antics. That's in quotes.
Dude, saying fucked up
we know
antics.
That's not your voice. We know who you are now. That's not how you speak. My fucked up antics. And then the more insistent I was about not knowing what a potato is, was when the parents started thinking I did know what a potato was.
Dude, I love the idea of the parents catching on and being like, wait a minute. There's no way you don't know what a potato is.
Yeah. Well, it's like when someone talks in too much detail when they're telling a lie.
Yeah,
and you're like, why did you do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Here's how much I don't know what a potato is. This list is just too long. Well, let me tell you, I had to commit 100% at this point. When I would not admit knowing what a potato was, the father especially began to get annoyed. Sorry, I keep burping.
Oh, yeah.
At one point, he said something like, enough is enough. You're fucking with us. Admit it. And I said, sir, before today, I never heard of a potato. I still don't know what a potato is other than some kind of food. I don't know what to tell you. Well, let me tell you, he got very annoyed.
Why are they getting so mad?
I guess because they don't know why he's lying.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. And it's become the whole dinner.
It is confusing. Yeah.
Yeah. I decided to take a bite of the potato. And when I did, I made a high-pitched noise. And I said, tastes very strange. That is when the father started yelling at me. And the mother kept saying, what are you doing? And my girlfriend went to some other room.
This sounds like a Tim Robinson sketch.
I know. I've been imagining him the whole time.
Yeah.
Isn't there there's some sketch where he does do a face where he looks really interested.
Yeah.
It might just be the pen one or the one where it's like, I thought it was a little pimp.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Finally, the father said I should get the fuck out of his house. And
this is so extreme.
And I said it was irrational to treat me like this just because it's irrational?
Yeah. Oh, this is irrational.
To treat me like this just because I never heard of a potato before. Well, let me tell you, he didn't take that kindly. Now, in text messages, I've been telling my girlfriend I really don't know what a potato is.
Now he has to commit to the bit. Oh, my God.
The only way I can ever get out of this is for them to buy that I don't know what a potato is. I wish I never started it, but I can't go back. I think she will break up with me anyway.
I need you to read some of the comments.
Yeah, let's see.
What are people saying about it?
Someone said you need to commit 100%, invent a religion that eschews potatoes in all their form, create a Wikipedia page, find a they think basically, you gotta
he has to create a paper trail.
Yeah, exactly.
So, to prove that he doesn't know what a potato is.
Like an alibi, kind of.
Yeah.
Invite your girlfriend to meet your parents. Have your father take her aside and ask if potatoes were served at the dinner with your parents. When she says yes, he looks alarmed, mutters something about wanting to keep them from him. And never mentions it again.
Bring the whole
family.
That's a great
idea.
That's honestly great.
They've been hiding potatoes from their son.
Yeah. God. They're like, you mean
they didn't get to him in time before the dinner?
You mean the devil's fruit?
Yeah.
Potatoes?
This is so good.
So this is, wow, incredible.
Everyone likes this this idea.
Everybody's on his side. Also, the concept of being I'm going to be a funny little guy today.
Yeah.
And then not knowing what a potato is so absurd.
It's something I would also do. And
I know. It's very
it's
you.
It's scary to see this happen in full.
I know. It ruined his life.
Yeah.
And you do this shit all the time.
Yeah. But mostly with people I already know. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's weird that they got so upset about it. I feel like I would be afraid if I was the parents in that situation, I would be afraid that he really doesn't know and I would accidentally offend him. Because I hate when people are when it's oh, like Caleb did.
Yeah.
where it's you don't know movies? You know what I mean? When people act like you're fucking stupid for not knowing something that seems obvious to them.
Yeah.
You know what happened to me last night? I was hanging out with Dave and Chris and the guy Dave who tours with Chris. And they were like, what was the name of the first black baseball player? I was like, Babe Ruth. And they were like, Babe Ruth is not black. And I was like, what?
Oh, you're serious?
I thought that Babe Ruth was black this whole time.
You never saw Babe Ruth?
No.
What about On the Sandlot? That's how I learned the most about Babe Ruth.
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh man, it's like a good kids movie.
I just thought that Babe Ruth was black this entire time.
That's funny. I thought you were doing a bit with them.
No, I wasn't.
That's hilarious.
And then everybody was like, you fucking idiot. And I was like, oh, excuse me. I don't know. I don't look at fucking pictures of old baseball players.
No. Who was the first? Did they find out?
That was Jackie Robinson.
I was thinking Jackie, but I was like,
yeah, Jackie Robinson. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I thought Babe Ruth was black this entire time. Yeah. And like when people act like you're like, okay, that was me being stupid in that instance. I think I was mixing up old baseball players.
Yeah.
Because I know like all of the baseball players that are very, very well known to me, like, because I don't know anything about sports. It's like Babe Ruth and then Jackie Robinson. Yeah. And then like Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle. And then the one guy, I mean, a lot of them did steroids, but there's like, I thought I had his name for a second.
Aaron Rodriguez?
No, it's too many of them that did it.
Yeah.
So there's one guy especially. I feel like he was one of the first ones
to like get fucked up for it. Yeah. But like, I was just like, the only people I know.
Barry Bonds?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Is that a baseball player?
Maxim, is that a baseball player? Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's in the Kanye song. Something, Barry Bonds. It's an old one. I can repeat an old Kanye song.
Before we knew he was a Nazi.
Yeah.
Remember when he made that song Black Skinhead and then became a black skinhead?
I did not know he had a song called that.
Yeah, it's on Yeezus. Honestly, I love that album. But
Me
yeah,
and my boyfriend in college shared a Kanye we bought a CD together.
Oh, and you had it on like nights and weekends, and
yeah,
he had it on holidays.
Exactly.
Like a divorced
we were in a
child.
long distance relationship, so we would just like trade it.
You know, you can download it onto your computer, right? Yeah. Even back then.
Yeah. Man. We probably did do that.
Yeah.
In some form.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the only reason why I know like old like sports guys is because they did something like historically big.
Yeah.
And like sports don't matter to me. So I'm like, oh, every old sports guy I know is probably black because he like broke the color barrier or whatever. Like that's that's like historical shit.
Yeah, right.
In my mind. So I was like, yeah, Babe Ruth was black and he's just not. And then I said that in front of all of Dave's friends who I'm meeting for the first time. Well, and they're like, why does this child coal miner not know anything, dating Dave and not know anything about sports?
Babe Ruth was he in like the 20s or 30s?
I have no idea. I don't know.
He was way back.
I don't even know the color of his skin. You think I know when he was around?
And then I guess I'll stop asking questions.
They showed me a picture of him and the picture was in black and white. So that's all I know.
Yeah.
He could have been from like the 1700s and I would have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
God.
He was they were like not super athletic back then, baseball players.
Yeah, no, they were telling
kind
me,
of like chunky.
Yeah, they were telling me he's a big fat guy who's like smoking darts in the fucking like the dugout and then like crushing a beer and going out there and fucking dinging a homer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you don't run a lot in baseball.
No, you do.
You do, but you stand a lot.
You stand a lot, but I think the reason why he was so good and got so many home runs is because he would hit the ball really, really hard and then it would be a home run and he wouldn't have to run the bases. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. Yeah.
So he was like a big fat guy and he would just walk.
Yeah. He got good at just the hitting part.
Yeah.
So he could like continue to have mac and cheese a lot or something.
Yeah. And like a bunch of beers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is that fucking baseball?
I wonder what his microbiome is like.
Oh, it's probably awful.
Man, I was walking around today and every person I saw, I was like, what's their microbiome? I'm like seeing people as microbiomes now instead of as people.
God, you're so fucking weird.